Like, there's this case, Richard Dolan came on my show recently, and he was telling me he wrote this new book about all the underwater cases ever documented of underwater USOs. And there's one from like the early 1700s where there was this like ship sailing across the Pacific, and this giant glowing orb came out of the ocean. And these sailors all wrote about it, how this massive like football stadium sized glowing orb came up out of the ocean and like flew away. Like how much of the ocean have we explored? Like
very small percentage.
Very small amount. We explored more of the moon, I think.
And it would
right?
be the perfect base. If you wanted to come here and observe human beings without them being able to see what's going on, that's the best place to hide because no one's going there. They don't have the capability of going there. We have submarines, but I mean, if the submarines see things, did they tell us?
Yeah.
Like if the submarine saw a UFO underwater, would they have a press conference?
Right, exactly.
No.
We know about the nuclear bases above ground because those guys have come out and talked about it, but like all of the nuclear submarines that are patrolling the oceans at all times, like right off of our coast, off both coasts, like if they're carrying multiple nuclear warheads, I'm sure they're seeing something or they're detecting something there.
Well, there's this one video of something that was moving 500 knots under the water, like this thing that like flew by their camera. Like, they don't
on the sub.
Yeah, I forget where it was being recorded, but it was a video of something that was like a beam of light that shot through the screen. Like you could see it moving underwater at this insane rate of speed with no ripples, no disruption of the water, just moving through the water.
Yeah.
And then there's these transmedium videos, these videos of these things flying. They go into the water with no splash, no nothing, and they don't lose any momentum.
Yeah, I think the best evidence that those things have been here forever is probably like ancient stories, biblical story, like aliens or like angels and demons stuff. Like
what about Ezekiel?
Like before that, Ezekiel too, right?
Ezekiel in the Bible, that story is nuts. Wheel within a wheel, the way he's describing, like what are you seeing?
Right.
And imagine you've no context.
Yeah.
Imagine seeing something that's floating, some geometric pattern that's hovering in the sky above your head and emitting light and trying to explain this, and then also going back and trying to remember exactly what you saw because you're probably freaking the fuck out. You really do have some sort of an encounter with some orb that's flying in the sky. How do you even describe it? What context do you put it in? Do you describe it as an alien? Do you describe it as an angel? Do you think it's God? Like, what do you think it is?
Right. Or is it drugs? Are drugs
I'm
playing a role in this?
Drugs play a part of it.
Well, then there's like James Fox's Alien from the Varginha film.
Oh, yeah.
Which smelled like sulfur.
Right.
And there's biblical accounts of demons smelling like sulfur and having cloven feet. So did that exactly describes that being in James's documentary.
Right.
The hospital smelled like sulfur for like a week after, they said.
And the guy who was handling it died of a horrible infection.
Yeah.
This is all documented. The guy who picked up the alien, put it in his squad car, took it to a hospital. That hospital wouldn't deal with it. Took it to another hospital. And then that guy dies of a horrible bacterial infection that they can't cure with antibiotics.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts, dude.
Fucking nuts.